What's up, everyone? So hope you are having a great day so far. Today is actually Sunday, the 5th of March that I'm recording this. So I don't know when I'm actually going to get this out, but that's just for the record. I'm going to start doing this whole YouTube thing. So I think if I can help one person, more than that, it's great, of course. But if I can help one person by just seeing sort of what I do, training, obstacles I have to overcome, struggles, so on and so forth, in the whole fitness and nutrition realm and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near my genetic potential. I'm nowhere near the top of the game. I don't even know if I'm halfway there. I got a lot of progress I can make, a lot of things that I can do right, a lot of things I can work on. At the end of the day, I'm a human. I have flaws. We all do. And I want you to be able to, see mine and then, see if they match up with yours and then adjust accordingly, because one thing that's helped me exponentially is just watching other people, as silly as it sounds, vlogs and everything like that, just you pick up little things that everybody does and you're like, oh, that's a good idea, or oh, that breakfast that Matt Ogus does, I love that, the shake in the morning, boom, that's what I do, something like that. Not a fan of rice cakes though. Rice cakes are lame. He has rice cakes post-workout. Other people, like Rob Lipset in Ireland, he's really cool. Chris Lovato, all the greats out there, It's a small niche. They have tons of followers. It's a small niche, but for the natural bodybuilding scene, if you will. But I mean, there's everybody. It all correlates and it all sort of falls into the same category. There's just smaller subcategories in each of the categories of health and fitness, If you're really trying to get into it, then one thing that really helps is just watching how others have progressed throughout the years. Everybody, that's just life. It's compounding interest. You compound on what you learn and you just become the best version of yourself eventually. And, throughout the years that I do this, I'm probably going to change tons just in what I do, practices, habits, exercises, everything. But as you learn, you just get better and better and better, and that's one of the coolest things about life, is that you're always getting better. Hopefully. That's the goal, at least, to always improve on yourself. One thing that I really want to touch on before I actually get to the gym, and while I guess I'm starting the intro vids and all that stuff, structure is probably going to be horrible starting like right now. I'm just going to have my random thoughts throughout the days. I probably should have charged the battery. I've been filming a lot of gym stuff lately. Some people might find my life interesting rather than just, if I was just filming me just in front of a computer screen and that's all. I bet you those people even have awesome, super interesting lives and other facets other than just that game that they play, just like me. I have a lot more in my life than just bodybuilding and just lifting weights. Although I'm pretty bro, not in the habits necessarily that I do, the way that I think perhaps is broy, but like a modernized bro, I guess you could say. Always gonna be bro at heart, the old chicken and rice and Tupperware. I went through those days and they never really leave your heart, but definitely don't do that now. But I'm that famous. With research and just science and anecdotal evidence, you don't really need to do that. If you structure and you still have a solid structure and foundation and you follow practical and reasonably sound, principles, then you will get 90 to 100% of the progress, just as long as you have a couple founding principles in place. You don't need to go on an extremely rigid, unchangeable path, you know, and that detracts from you being able to also do other things rather than just bodybuilding. Now, if that's all you want to do, you know, if that's the only thing, you don't need a job, that's how you'll get your full income, you don't need family, you don't need friends, then, you know, shoot, you could be probably super rigid and super unflexible and do your thing, and then that will probably get you insane results. But most of us have a lot of other stuff, and we can't put that at the forefront of our lives. It should be the opposite way around. It should be your life, and then you can fit bodybuilding into it, not bodybuilding and you can fit your life into it. That's one lesson I had to learn, because I'd go all out, you know. When I was in college, I had a lot, you know, on my plate. Army ROTC, I was in the National Guard, so I was having to drill with my unit. On the weekends, I would either have drill, you know, which required me to go train with the unit that I was in when I was on the enlisted side of things, and then I would also have like a function with ROTC I would have to go to, so my weekends were kind of like non-existent, Saturday and Sunday being my weekends. Now, weekends for me are during the week because I work at Disney as a server, so that's a whole nother story that I'll talk about in another video. But during the week, you know, I'd wake up at like 5 a.m., have PT, sometimes earlier than that, and then would just pack everything for the day. I'd have this bag, it's called a 6-pack bag, that I could hold like my 6 meals in, so I'd have like chicken, rice, and broccoli, have like my whole day's worth all set up and out there in that little bag. And then I'd bring 2 or 3 changes of clothes because I'd have my PT uniform for the Army, would shower at the school, at the gym, and then would change into nice school clothes, would go to my classes, and then usually like I'd have a class at the end of the day for the Army, so I'd have to wear my Army uniform. and then I would change into my gym clothes, like a cutoff or something like that. I would just rip sleeves off of shirts and stuff, you know, the broest of the bro uniform for the gym, of course. So I would change like 4 or 5 times a day, and then after that, sometimes I would change into like just some comfy clothes so I could go home, eat dinner, and then go to bed. But that was like my life, you know, like the same thing every day. Very little social interactions. I had a couple girlfriends during that time. Looking back now, I don't know how I fit all that in. My days were at least 28 hours a day, not 24. Somehow I had the magic of Disney on my side then. But no, there was a lot going on, and I would say I was pretty rigid. I was pretty unflexible, and I mean, the Army taught me to be flexible. It definitely taught me to be flexible and resilient to last minute changes. But overall, I had a structure, and I loved to follow that, man. It was just like my meals every 2 and 2.5 hours, would eat my meals. But I was so obsessed with being lean that I don't even know if I made like any progress in all those years in college when I was doing so much activity too, with PT in the morning. I would do cardio at the gym. Sometimes I would do PT and then additional cardio after that, and then shower and change and go to my classes for the day. And I was taking like 20 credit hours a semester, so it was like back-to-back classes once I did shower and change into my school clothes. And I was so obsessed with being lean, you know, because that's all you see. That's all you see on Instagram, that's all you see on YouTube, that's all you see on magazines, because that's what sells, you know. If somebody says like, hey, I'm a bodybuilder, and they don't look like a bodybuilder because they're not lean, you know, in everybody's eyes, they think bodybuilder, they think the leanest of the lean and humongous. It's not necessarily the case. You can't, well, if you're completely natural, there are a lot of negatives and a lot of detrimental side effects that you'll experience when you are at an extremely lean level. Your body, I mean, just look at it from an evolutionary perspective. If you were a caveman still, I would venture to say that we have somewhat similar genetics. Let's just say we were way back BC, or we just found fire practically, okay? Your body wants to survive, okay? The reason we're here today is because our ancestors have survived, you know, so we have evolved throughout the eras to survive. So, evolutionary perspective, if you have no body fat, the only thing your body's going to want to do is survive. So your body isn't going to want to do tons of other things. It's not going to want to reproduce. You'll become lethargic. If you don't know what lethargic is, it's like you'll pull up at a red light and you'll just like look at it and just like that, and you'll just be like, red light. It's like your heads are in the clouds. It's not a fun place to be in when you're lethargic all the time. You'll get really cold. Even when it's hot out, your body just loses its ability to have that internal thermostat and just regulate body temperature. Your brain is very good at your hypothalamus, I believe, is what regulates that. I'm not English enough to believe that I'm like an expert at it by any means. I am objective enough to say that, shoot, I just have a very, very, very fundamental and very, very, very basic understanding of it. It's just a whole mess. It's not fun. I've been pretty lean. However, I did it not smart. It was unintelligent, the way in which I became lean a few times. And then when I was looking back now, when I was already lean and didn't have that much mass, I would strive to become leaner, and that's just I did a lot of things unintelligently and a lot of unsound decisions looking back now. But 23 years old, 24 at the end of next month, so almost 2 months actually, because this whole month and then all of April. But I've learned a lot, and that's the thing, is like I was saying earlier, it's always compounding on itself. So you keep learning and you keep learning and you keep learning, and boom, you just have this pool of knowledge and anecdotal experiences and just tons of life experience that you can pull from, and you can always make better decisions forthcoming. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I want to get into this whole field, is just because it's so helpful. Put stuff out like this and people can just watch it, and if you're giving out decent advice, you know, and people can take that away, then that just goes into their pool of knowledge, in which they can pull out for their own life and their own situations that they're in, and their own practices and everything, their own goals and desires and ambitions. Name shoutouts: Team 3DMJ, Matt Ogus, Chris Lovato, Jeff Nippert, Alan Aragon, Brett Contreras, Brad Schoenfeld, Eric Helms, Greg Knuckles, James Krieger, Io McDonald. I'm probably missing quite a few. These people, follow their work. Follow their work. Write down their names and just search that on YouTube. Watch a couple of their videos. Your brain will just explode with a wealth of knowledge. This is what exercise and fitness needs to be about, because it's evidence-based, scientifically driven, mixed with experience and anecdotal experiences from everybody, you know, like that little niche of people, it's going places, you know, like it's cool to just watch, you know, like some athlete or some super shredded bodybuilder and just follow their life. But if that's all they do and they never give you any advice, or they never give you anything that you can take away from their videos or their blog posts or anything like that, then I mean, you might as well just be watching TV, you know. SpongeBob SquarePants. Shout out to SpongeBob SquarePants. It's an awesome show. I love it. I still watch it every now and then, episodes, you know. It's hilarious. Patrick Star, he's my dog. But you're not necessarily getting stuff that you can take out of that and apply to your life that will better you as a human being. These people, you follow their work. If you're interested in health and fitness, even just general population health and fitness, a lot of their research, a lot of their studies that they post, a lot of their content, just follow them on Instagram even, will help you immensely, no matter what your goal is. If it's within health and fitness, even nutrition, even if you don't even want to exercise, you just want to try, and like you're worried about artificial sweeteners, for example, watch a couple of James Krieger's interviews. He'll blow you out of the water. You don't need to be afraid of artificial sweeteners. GMOs, all organic food, like all these things that people are so caught up in, this minutia, and people are so afraid of. You don't need to be. It's causing unnecessary and unwarranted stress on your life, which in the end will just negatively impact your results no matter what you want to do. Gluten-free. I mean, nothing against people that follow these things, but you don't need to do that. Like people like the gluten era, what we're living in now, people are so afraid of gluten. I mean, celiac is like 0.2% of the nation, I think, has that actual disease, and it will cause some serious detriment to their health if they ingest any gluten. But you know, one study that was misinterpreted, boom, blows up, and that's all over every magazine and every general population thing. It's a great marketing little nix. I mean, it was throughout the years in America, we've gone through, you know, our parents, I mean my parents, okay, I'll probably experience the low fat era. So low fat, but eat as many carbs as you want. Protein was never even like a consideration. And now it's like low carb, don't have any carbs because carbs are the enemy, insulin. It all comes full circle, like coconut oil, saturated fat. It's so easy. It's such a great marketing strategy to just put these things on a magazine cover. You know, like carbs will cause you, because everybody wants that one thing, you know, like, oh, that's what I've been doing wrong my entire life. I've been eating carbs, son of a gun. Rats, rats, rats. Boom, I just need to stop eating carbs and I will be Matt Ogus. Poof, tomorrow, just cut out carbs, poof, Matt Ogus. Doesn't work that way. Like, we want that, and it's a very enticing strategy for marketing companies to use because everybody wants to believe that. However, it's not the truth. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching my video. Please make sure you click that like button, comment below, subscribe if you'd like to see some more awesome content, and remember that you are the only one that gets to define who you are.